Hey everybody, it's Queen of Light 1111. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh my god, I gotta tell you, this reading is giving me a little bit of a migraine, like literally have a headache. So if I'm gonna say this, if your connection is going swimmingly well and everything is fine and you guys are in communication and things are working out, then don't watch this reading because this reading is not for you. This reading is for those of you who are experiencing a challenge with your counterpart at this time, and that potential deception has um, appeared in the connection or been revealed in the connection. And this is about that, those people who are going through this sort of energy. And I feel like, especially given the readings, personal readings I've had recently, there have been a lot of people where the truth has been exposed, and now they're kind of processing what to do with this truth, because the masculine had come forward in a very, divine way with actions and gestures and words, and then they have been blindsided by a revelation. And so this reading is for those of you who are struggling today in your connection because of some sort of deception or betrayal or some news that you were not expecting that has blindsided you, frankly. So with that said, if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. Let's get started. So the most significant energy and how masculine and feminine are experiencing each other at this time. I'm using the, oh my God, what is the name of this thing? It's like the Divine True Love reading cards and the Oracle of Mermaids deck. And by the way, all of these decks are available on my Amazon storefront. So just click the description box, okay? On the video. Okay, let's get started with the bottom of the deck first. Bottom of the deck is maturity, and the bottom of the deck for the mermaid card is, I can't even say this right, contumacy. This is about divination. Okay, so maturity. Wow, we all thought that both masculine and feminine were operating from a place of maturity. Not necessarily just spiritual maturity, just maturity in and of itself, emotionally. Someone being emotionally mature, knowing that they are responsible for their own happiness. So the bottom of the deck shows that perhaps there were some false versions of happiness or security that one or both were feeling. And this truth that has been revealed, whether by divination or through the divine itself, has now brought them back to a place to see that perhaps one or both had a false sense of reality, false sense of security. And now they're contemplating their emotional maturity and how confident they are in this connection in general now go forward. Okay, I do feel that masculine and feminine are in a position where they are not speaking at this time due to the cards that have come out. Divine feminine's most significant energy towards masculine is the card of manifestation. And if you see that, what the chakras that are very much highlighted are the heart, the solar plexus, and the sacral. Okay, so manifestation here is she's really trying to manifest from a place where she drops back into her heart space again. I do feel like there is an energy of brokenheartedness, some grief, some sadness. There is an energy where she may have lost her confidence a little bit. Maybe whatever happened affected her self-esteem. And so now she's very much in this energy of trying to gain her stability again, be vulnerable again, so that she can materialize her heart's desire. And at this time, her heart's desire is that she goes back into self and guides her way through this journey, the next steps in this journey. And so she might be working with a coach or an ally or her soul tribe to help guide her into this next phase of this journey. Bottom of the deck for divine not bottom of the deck, I'm sorry, divine masculine's most significant energy is sexual freedom. This was interesting. His most significant energy towards his divine feminine is sexual freedom. And this card, when it comes out, has to do with the energy of the heart and soul and communicating beyond words. I do feel like, especially based on the last reading that I did, there was intimacy that was shared between the two of them. So I do feel like there was some physical intimacy that occurred. And here it is, that he was connecting very deeply through his heart, through his soul, physically with divine feminine. But he may be so sexually free that he may have been connecting with others in that way too. And so now he's experiencing divine feminine in an energy with sanctuary, which is boundaries, taboo, personal space. And remember, in the last reading, she's the sacred buffalo woman. And if you use her physically, emotionally, spiritually, she will cut you off. And here's that boundary that has been placed in the connection because of some sort of insincerity or some level of deception. Okay? Again, if this is not your story, don't take it. Don't take it. This doesn't have to be your story. Okay? So now, head, heart, and environment for divine masculine and feminine. And I had to split out the oracle deck with their own bottoms of the deck for especially the oracles. Okay? So bottom of the deck, we have the goddess of the moon. This is divine feminine. Divine feminine's overall energy towards masculine at this time is Five of Swords. Completely defeated. Nobody won. Deception again. Here's that deception, illusion. There were illusions. I was deceived, and now I'm in mental conflict, and I'm looking at things in the Hanged Man's energy. I'm looking at my dreams. I'm looking at my illusions. I am using my intuition. As the goddess of the moon, I am conflicted. I am in defeat over this that has happened, and now I am in mental conflict. So I'm going back within to continue to get into my goddess energy, to connect to my intuition again. All right, very challenging energy. I almost want to cry, just like feeling what feminine is feeling. And frankly, I've had clients that I've talked to recently that are feeling this, and like when I talk to them, I want to cry. So it's very, very, very difficult energy for feminine today. Divine masculine's energy, goddess of the moon, that's the same bottom of the deck. Well, here she is, high priestess, intuition. She knows. Before you can tell her, she already knows something's off. And so there's this energy where he sees her as this unattainable. He sees her as this intuitive. He sees her as the high priestess. He sees her as a high priestess. And he wants to win her back. But now there has been a pause in this connection because someone else is involved. Because there's a third party situation. That could be work. That could be a romantic connection. That could be anything. But there is another energy in the connection at this time. It could come in multiple forms that has now paused this connection. And so he is seeing her as this goddess, as this intuitive that he wants to win back. But there is this pause in winning her back because of a third party situation. Very, very sad today to see that. But, you know, these third parties, karmics, whatever it is, those energies come in to teach lessons. They teach lessons. They provide further healing. And frankly, you know, I know you all don't feel this way. If you're resonating, you don't feel this way because it feels horrible to the ego. It feels horrible to the heart. But you had a false sense of security. There was a false sense of security here. and thank the divine for bringing something out so that you can have this illumination. So now let's take a look at divine feminine's head, heart, and environment. Her overall energy, head, heart, and environment as related to divine masculine. Okay. Her overall energy towards divine masculine is she's trying to be in gratitude. She's trying to get in an energy of appreciation for this repetitive cycle, for this opportunity that was now missed death, right? The energy where there was this opportunity presented itself for them to come back together. Now that cycle is over. Conflict, 5 of Swords again. There's this energy of conflict and defeat that has now, in her energy, ended this connection and left her feeling very, very defeated. Divine masculine's headspace when he thinks about feminine journey, it's like he's on a solo journey right now to come into his mastery, to come into more awareness about this connection, because he is feeling a lot of sadness and regret of how he moved forward in romantic gestures towards his feminine. And here's the Moon card. Okay, this is that card of, there's a lot of emotions here right now. Page of Cups, Page Princess of Water, Page of Cups. And I'll tell you, this guy's got Page Cups 3 times in this little spread here. So he knows he's come forward as someone who is childish, someone who was not in his mastery. And so now he knows he's got to wake up. He's looking at what he's done. He has these regrets and these sadness about how he moved forward as a child. She's not a child. She's the high priestess. Headspace, significant energy in the headspace for divine feminine. She saw him in his heart space. She saw him in his heart space. She thought he was in his heart space, and she gave him the lead. She let him take the lead so that she could be in her receptive energy as divine feminine, and he broke her heart. He betrayed her. And now this is a huge burden, 10 of Wands, that now she's trying to cut out. And this is a feminine who's like, that this was what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to be receptive. Let him take the lead. But he broke my heart. Broke my heart, left me with all the burdens on my back that I have to now heal and get rid of again. Divine masculine's headspace as related to feminine, hostilities. There's hostility in the connection. 8 of Wands, there's hostility in communication. How to move forward to the 6 of Pentacles, how to balance things out again. He wants to bring this connection back to life. He's evaluating, he's judging how to get forgiveness, how to get his love back. Heart space for divine feminine. She's trying to ground. She's trying to hold her coins. She's trying to ground herself. She's trying to stay in her heart space, which is very, very difficult for at this time, and really learn the lessons, really learn the lesson this time to complete this energy of sadness and betrayal and have her wishes come true. And that means even if masculine is not a part of this 3D life with her, she's really, really in an energy of wanting to end the cycle, wanting to cut out her burdens, learn this final lesson, and just come into her union of self, which she already has, but he threw her off. She gave him the lead. He betrayed her. So now in the heart space for divine masculine, yin and yang, he wants to balance the masculine and feminine energies within himself and with his outer feminine, with his divine feminine. And he wants to move forward, positive movement forward. He wants to master himself again. He wants to come back. Knight of Cups, dupe to the Knight of Cups here, and make an offer. Page of Cups, dupe to the Page of Cups here, and have a new beginning with her. I mean, listen, I don't know what this masculine's going to have to do to get this feminine back, because this feminine is like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. But he's got the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Page of Cups. And he wants this new beginning. Environment for Divine Feminine. Broken heart. She's got a broken heart. There has been grief. There has been betrayal. There's third party. It's the same old crap in this union. She's broken-hearted about coming together, but she is cutting through the energy. The truth has come out, and that is what's broken her heart. And now she's ready to move forward as the Queen of Water. And this is the Death card also, and she's got Death card here. Just in her heart space. Just in her heart space. Stay in her heart space, but it's the end for her. Masculine, anxiety. He's really stressed the F out. He has anxiety. He is feeling very vulnerable. This is also the energy of the sacral, which is that energy of emotional vulnerability. This is the energy of the sexual organs. He is stressed about that emotional intimacy that they had, this sexual freedom. There's an offer he wants to make. But feminine has walked away. She's turned her back on this love. She's turned her back on him. Because she honors herself. I mean, can you blame her? So now let's take a look at the connection. The bottoms of the deck. We have Temperance. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Four of Cups. All of those things, Four of Cups, we have here in her headspace, in her overall energy. Temperance, that is balancing and healing of this connection and this crap ass cycle. Sorry, had to say it. There's no other way. I mean, I'm so disappointed, like you guys probably are. But I understand as a spiritual teacher that these are lessons that need to be learned, karmic lessons that need to be learned. And we will continue to play out cycles until those cycles collapse and the lesson is learned. Okay? So there is this healing of this spiritual connection and this cycle that keeps coming up for them over and over and over again. So now let's see what's happening in the connection. Where are those cards? Right here. Okay. Release. There is this energy of needing to release burdens, release unforgiveness, release pain. So what are they releasing? They're releasing the Ten of Wands, and specifically feminine, because she has the Ten of Wands here. She's releasing the burdens of this connection. She's releasing the burdens of relationship choices. Oh, you want to choose between a feminine and someone else? I'm not saying the feminine is better. I'm just saying, hey, if there's an energy of a choice and you have to make a choice and the obvious choice is not me, please don't choose me, right? That's the energy. Divine Feminine is like, please don't choose me. I choose me. If you had to choose between me and another person, then this is a problem already because there should be no choice. So she's releasing these burdens of this connection and she's solving the problem for both of them. Don't choose me. Healing. Archangel Raphael shows up. There is a tremendous amount of healing that needs to happen in the heart space at this time for this new beginning to come forward with change. Okay, look at all these majors, the Lovers, the Fool, Judgment. Just in 3 out of 4 cards. Archangel Raphael is helping them to take a leap forward towards a reconciliation, but change needs to happen. This connection was in and out. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. 1 foot somewhere else, 1 foot with the feminine. In and out. That needs to heal. Temperance card. That needs to heal. That needs to get balance so that they can move forward, 6 of Swords, to an unconditional love, towards union. I mean, union still comes up, but it's like stuff's got to change. Masculine has to change. Feminine did a great job, feminine, in saying take the lead. Good job. But I bet that there were some red flags there that perhaps you didn't want to look at. Okay? And this is why the divine came in and said, hey, you're not paying attention to your intuition. You know that feels wrong. You know that feels wrong. You know something feels off about that. Pay attention, and you didn't. Okay? But good for you for being in the receptive. But you must, if you feel like something is off, something is off. And sure enough, something was off. So this in and out energy needs to be balanced from movement to movement towards unconditional love. Separation is back. Separation is because of illusions. Illusions. And now we must operate in love. We had an illusion about this love. And now we must separate to deal with these illusions, love ourselves. So again, we can come into union. Union is still here, but this was a false start. It was a false start. So now, you know, I had to ask about the third party situation because I was like, I got to know what the hell is up with that third party situation. So, you know, I did that reading for you people. So I said, all right. And it came up for divine masculine. So I asked, what is the divine masculine's energy towards this third party situation? 10 of Wands, 6 of Swords. This is the energy of, it was a burden. This third party situation was a burden, and now he is moving away from this burden. He is moving away from the third party situation. It was going to collapse him. So I said, okay, well, all right. What's his energy towards this third party? Death. It's the end. The end of any movement forward. They're stuck in not moving forward. It was toxic. There was an addiction. It was a shadow connection that gave him a lot of burdens, which probably gave him a lot of lessons. And now any communication or movement forward towards this third party is not happening because he's going into hermit mode. He's going to look at himself and what he did. So I said, all right, what does masculine have to say to our divine feminine about this betrayal? What does masculine have to say to our divine feminine, our high priestess, our buffalo woman about this betrayal? That he needs to refocus on loving himself after this heartbreak, after this third party situation, after this betrayal. He must refocus on this self-love, which is exactly what Spirit is telling us here with this Ace of Cups. He needs to focus on loving himself after this third-party situation. Okay? So let's see what his messages are to Divine Feminine. He's saying, Twin Flame. I mean, I think he realizes more so now than ever that this connection is something much more than a soulmate connection. He's saying, Twin Flame, I abandoned you and any offers towards a new beginning. I had to release things. I have to release this completion of my 10 of Cups. Like he knows that the Divine Feminine has released this energy of the 10 of Cups with him. And now he's saying he wants to return and give equally instead of it being one-sided, 2 of Pentacles. He's saying, but we are mirroring each other and putting blocks up in our connection. And I want to complete and end these blocks. So, yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out just yet because I don't know that Divine Feminine is open to any of that at this time. So I asked Spirit, where is this connection headed? And the bottom of the deck, I got the swans. So when the swans come out in this oracle deck, this is all about this divine love. This is the energy of the heart. This is the energy of happiness and love. It's the energy of like love relationships. I mean, the swans are symbolic of enduring love, twin flame love. That's the bottom of the deck. So where is this connection headed? We're headed to bring in a healthy foundation again. We're headed towards this moon energy, which is getting more in touch with our fears and our feelings and our emotions, and then learning those lessons, and then taking accountability for what we did, taking responsibility for what occurred. So I do feel that divine masculine will take responsibility. I feel like divine feminine will take responsibility for what has occurred. But for what has occurred, I feel very, very deep sorrow and pain for the feminine. And I actually also feel that for the masculine. I feel shame. I feel embarrassment. I feel fear. I feel anxiety. It just feels very, very heavy, like a big, big cross to bear. So with that, I leave you with this reading. And if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or a healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.